Hi guys, we're likely to hear more from Nigel Farage over the next few days and weeks, unfortunately. But he did hold a press conference where he told the public that he would run for Parliament. This would be his 8th time. And second, that he was taking over from Richard Tice as leader. There are a few things I want to say about this, but first, Farage was his kind self when asked about the current Reform UK candidate for Clacton and what's happening behind the scenes to make him leader. The questions were put to him by a Guardian journalist.
Gentleman there.
Thanks. Ben Quinn from The Guardian. Mr Farage, is this the moment at which the actual candidate in Clacton is finding out that he is no longer the candidate? and also, what does it say about the way you view democracy, that these types of backroom changes or forms of leadership can happen?
Sorry, I almost nodded off then. I really do apologise. He knew 6 months ago that it was a possibility, all right? He knew it was a possibility. And is my standing in Clacton going to help 600 other candidates? I think it may well do, all right? And sometimes tough things have to be done. You know, it's not an easy game. Right, we're going to go over here.
Notice the response when the issue of democracy being brought up within Reform UK. What was Farage's response? To yawn. There is no democracy in Reform UK. There is a dictatorship. There is one leader, the dear leader. And if you're a candidate for Clacton, well, you can be told at the last minute, or maybe not told at all. You find out at a press conference that you're no longer the candidate because the dear leader has to stand in your place. Now, can Farage win this seat? I think there's a strong possibility that he can win it. Because if we look at 2015, UKIP held on to a seat. Now, it was thanks to a Tory candidate, a Tory MP who defected to UKIP, but UKIP won a seat in a sense, held on to a seat. They had the incumbency benefit, of course, but they have won a seat in a sense in the past. So as Reform UK is the grandchild of UKIP, there's a good possibility that Farage could win this seat because of the amount of resources that would be poured into it and the amount of tension that Farage can garner. Now, why is he leader? This was the other news of today. He became leader, I believe, in order to take part in the debates, because there are two possibilities. That Richard Tice would run for the seat. He was originally, I believe, signed up for that, or maybe it was another seat. But Richard Tice, as leader, would have been taking part in the debates if they could get Reform UK into the debates as well. And Farage wouldn't like that. Farage wants to be in those debates, and he would do a better job than Richard Tice. So in order to achieve that, Richard Tice would have to step aside. Now, there are also rumours that Richard Tice is a bit tired with Reform UK because he's been pumping loads of money into it and getting very little in return. They ended up with 2 councillors. They were supposed to win dozens of councillors. They have no MPs at the moment, not even through the by-elections. They may end up winning one with Nigel Farage, but that's only because Nigel Farage has become the leader of Reform UK and because there would be so much attention on him. So if Richard Tice had remained the leader, it's unlikely that Reform UK would win any seats. So there's probably been some sort of agreement behind the scenes between Richard Tice and Farage for Tice to step aside and allow Farage to be leader. But of course, the main point here is that he wants to be in those debates. This is about Farage maintaining his high profile. Whether he wins the seat or not, I don't think is that important to him. But remaining leader of Reform UK in the general election is more important, so that he can have some sort of influence. He has had influence before, but he's not the official leader. Now he is. So that's going to change the game somewhat. But I think the main thrust here, of course, is the debates. He wants to be front and centre. He wants to be on the same level as Keir Starmer, Rishi Sunak and others, because that's what he's about. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.